Hi Aquarius, this is Kathy. Welcome to my channel, Kathy Mamolen, Psychic Medium. Welcome to a timeless love reading for my Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, and any cross watchers always welcome. Today, I'm going to ask my spirit guides about your fairy tale love. Who is coming? What are they like? Any evidence and clues Spirit wants to give me? I do have some charms and some initials that I'll be sharing with you, and lots of loving messages. So welcome back, everybody. Welcome to anybody that's been newly guided here for the first time. This is a fully channeled message, so let's call in our guides now and see what they have for you. Spirit, please share with me, what is it that you need me to know? What is it that you want us to hear? I am listening for you now. I have a butterfly. You will meet a new love interest at a party or a night out. So, social butterfly. Right? Social butterfly, getting yourself out there and meeting new people. A little bit of a new circle of friends. Okay. So maybe you got invited to something from somebody. Maybe somebody has, said, hey, tag along with us. And they've got other friends that they're introducing you to. So it's a little bit of new friends. So sometimes just meeting those new friends is the kind of stepping stone to meeting the person you're meant to be with. I have divine timing. Thank you, Spirit. Trust in divine timing. Love arise when it is meant to be. So is divine timing now? Maybe that's what they're saying. Maybe the divine timing is now, that it's here, it's now, it's happening. I have illusions. Be aware of love's illusions and see reality clearly. Little bit of don't forecast too far ahead. Try to stay in the day. Try to stay in the moment. Look at what's right in front of you. How are you feeling? What's your intuition telling you? I have gifts. Love's greatest gift is the ability to truly understand one another. Somebody who sees you as a gift. Somebody who sees you as a blessing. You're a gift, you're a blessing. And somebody who there's a sense of gratitude, that you're in their life. So that feels nice. Okay, I'll take that one. I have secrets. Something is hidden from you. Someone isn't being truthful. I don't feel like in a bad way. Okay, it was more of a... I don't want to tell you I love you until you're going to tell me, like, I know for sure you're going to say it back. So it's more of those, I'm going to say, a holding back feelings. But, sometimes you can just tell from people's actions, how they're communicating with you, affectionate with you, but there's always that one person that is afraid to take it to that next level and say, I love you, because once it's out there, it's like, oh my God, I told them I love them. And what if they don't say it back, because then I'll be devastated. So they wait and wait and wait until, they're sure that you're going to say it back. Feels like that. I have true love. A deep and enduring connection going beyond superficial attraction. It's one thing to be initially attracted to somebody, but it's another thing to hold that interest. You're talking about people who can be together for 50 years, 60 years sometimes, right? So how do you keep that attention? How do you keep it being interested in that person over such a long period of time? So it's that initial chemistry is great, but that's not what keeps people together. What keeps, communication, feeling safe, feeling secure, trust, just being able to share your life with that person and be comfortable. There's so many things that play into it, but that initial attraction is great, but if there's nothing else there, you're like, hello, like you're super hot, but hello, is there anybody there? Anybody home? Attraction. You are attracting the right person at the right time into your life. So there's that support of the divine timing. And It's not just anybody, Spirit's saying. It's the right person. You can be with anybody. There's a lot of anybody's out there. A romantic surprise. Surprises are on the horizon. Be open to them. So you want to be with the person who it feels good. It feels exciting. We want that. We don't want to be with just anybody. Spirit, please share with me what loving energy is coming towards us. I have a Judgment. I have a Five of Wands. I have a Nine of Pentacles. And I have a Six of Pentacles. The Judgment came into me as you decide. And you could be struggling with something like, I always make the wrong choice. I have really bad taste in people. Why do I keep picking the wrong one? They're saying you decide. And that's a battle that you fight, that I don't trust myself anymore. I don't trust who I pick, or I have just made some really unfortunate choices in the past. It's okay. It's okay. They said you're standing strong. You have learned. You're on your own. You can do this. So it is a sense of finding somebody who is able to give. Okay. I feel like you had a lot of takers in the past. So for you, it's recognizing a giver. And I feel like that's something that I want you to look for. And maybe that's why they gave me this gift card, because you are used to being the person who they're saying like they suck all your energy. You're always giving to them, and you need somebody who gives in return. So that is what I want you to look for. That feels like the main, how you're going to identify this is your person, that this person gives to you. You don't have to ask. You don't have to ask them to do things. You don't have to ask them to show up. You don't have to chase them, so to speak. They are very giving of their time, their love, their energy, material things, generous, so they could be a very giving person all the way around. So I feel like that is like way up there on, that's how you'll find out this is your person. I have a Six of Cups. I have a Four of Wands. You're going to feel really comfortable with this person. I have a Devil. And I have a King of Pentacles. So the first thing that came into me was this feeling of, I feel like I've known you forever. From the first couple of dates, we fall right into place. We have a couple of hours of conversation. It's very easy. We get to know each other very quickly. Like we just kind of put it all out there. So it is somebody that I feel like you could have a lifetime together with that Four of Wands. The Devil is coming into me as, why am I fighting these feelings? Almost like the lower power attacking something that's good and creating self-doubt, creating that you make bad choices in people. So why should this be any different? And almost kind of knocking you down, with these inner doubts. So I'm going to say rise above that and trust your instincts. I'm going to say listen to your soul, they're saying. Okay, listen to your heart, listen to your soul. And that King of Pentacles is good. That King of Pentacles is my giver. So, and it has nothing to do with buying your love, they're saying. It has, they're giving to you in a lot of different ways. They may absolutely, maybe they have money as a King of Pentacles, but that's not why you're with them. Oh, okay, I get it. So somebody may judge you. Okay, it could be a friend, sibling, probably somebody who is jealous. They judge you because this king is a catch. This king probably has money. This king is probably treating you well. So the first response to this kind of negative person is going to be, Yeah, you wouldn't be with them if they didn't have money. Yeah, you only want to be with them because they have money. Let me tell you something. I mean, it takes a really shallow person to be in a long-term relationship just because of money. That gets old really fast. If you are not interested in that person, I don't care how much money they have, they're not going to be attractive to you. You're not going to want to sleep with them. You're not going to want to, be with them, talk to them all the time, listen to what they have to say. You're going to see them as, vulgar, or greedy or whatever. So the person who says, oh, you only want that person because of money, they're jealous. Okay. You can fall in love with somebody with money as easily as you can without money. It just happens to be that this person might have money. Okay. So don't let anybody make you feel that way. And this isn't a gold digger situation. This is I fell in love with this person because they're very caring and they're very giving, but so am I. And you have to look at it as I bring a lot to this relationship also. And it's not about what one person has or doesn't have. So I just feel like somebody kind of attacks this and says, if they didn't have money, you wouldn't be interested. You can say that about anything. You can say, if they didn't have teeth, you wouldn't be interested. If they didn't bathe, you wouldn't be interested. So you can say that about anything. It's you're interested in them. They're interested in you, and maybe you didn't even know they had money. And you found out afterwards, after you were interested in them, after you'd spent time with them, and you wanted to spend more time with them. So don't let somebody make you feel bad, that you found a good catch, so to speak. Let's get some other clues. Let's see what else they want you to know about this connection. Spirit, please share with me. What is it that you need me to know? I have skinny. I'm working out. I've been working on my muscles. A little bit of, I'll show you my muscles if you show me yours, and one is probably like really buff and has big muscles, and the other one has like skinny little arms and, look at my muscle. So it's kind of a joke, I feel. I have a writer. Okay, maybe somebody does a lot of writing for work, or they're producing something. They have to create something like that. I have socially awkward. I don't know about that, but maybe they're unique. I'm going to say unique. Maybe their personality is eccentric. I'd rather say that instead of socially awkward. Maybe they're eccentric. Okay. They could be intellectual. They could love, music, the arts, fashion. So they could be more eccentric than they are weird. Okay. So that's okay. But maybe that's what you love about them, is that they're different and they have a lot of kind of interesting hobbies and things that they're interested in. I have a student. They're a perpetual student. They're always learning new things. Maybe they love to go see lectures, or they like to take courses, or they're always learning online. They're always looking things up. I have curves. They love your curves. Okay, so how about somebody who loves you for you? No matter what you look like, or any imperfections that you may think you have, even though you're perfect in God's eyes, right? They love you for you. I love your curves. I love your body, right? But who has a perfect body? Nobody does. So I love you the way you are. That's probably what's going on. I have trustworthy and a beautiful smile. Nice. You can trust me. I have youthful. I appear younger than I am. I like to do things that maybe younger people do. Maybe I'm a certain age, but the people I hang out with are 20 years younger than me, because we I don't know, maybe I still shoot basketballs, but people my age don't play basketball anymore, but I still shoot basketballs and I'm great. And, I'm a great athlete and I play with the kids, so it could be something like that. I have politics. I could be very up on politics. I could be very worldly. I could understand what's going on in the world economically and globally, and maybe that's something I'm really interested in. Spirit, please share with me. I have freckles and fair skin, so I need lots of sunscreen. I'm stubborn. Sometimes I'm stubborn. This person could be and if I was eccentric and I had created a life for myself that worked for me and the things that I like to do. And typically those types of people don't really care what other people think of them. So they could come off as stubborn or snobby or an ego, but it's more like, I'm really not interested in what you think of me. I have too many other things to think about. So they don't get involved in gossip. They're not interested in petty stuff. They're thinking bigger stuff. They want to talk. They're more intellectual. They want to talk about things that are important in life, not like petty little stuff. So does it come off as stubborn or aloof? Maybe. I have sensitive. Okay, maybe somebody's more sensitive. I have finance. Maybe they're in the financial world. Maybe they're a whiz kid. They're a financial broker, financial investor, hedge fund. They invest their money wisely. Maybe they inherited money and that's all they have to do is manage their wealth. So, there are people out there that, are blessed with that silver spoon. All right. So let's get some charms. Let's see what they're saying. I want to know who this person is. I want to know where they're coming from. Yeah, they're generous. I mean, that's how it's coming into me. It's they're willing to share is all that matters. They probably are very giving to a lot of different people. I have the letter M. I have a U, an M, a U. Is this a letter? This says love with a heart. I love you. Okay. I have a cross that says faith and hope. Okay. So I believe, I'm going to say I believe. I believe in, I have my own faith. I believe what I believe. It might be different than what you believe, but I have my own faith. So I think that's important to them. I have the letter V. Okay, I have a mountain. It was more of I will climb any mountain to be with you. I will overcome any obstacle. Yeah, I'm going to go with that. It was more of I will climb any mountain. It was definitely a feeling of, whatever it takes. I'm going to say whatever it takes. Find joy in the journey, like we'll do this together. It's the sense of whatever challenges. It kind of feels like a wedding vow, in sickness and in health. And, I just feel like we'll do it together. Like there's a sense of commitment and we'll get through whatever together. So it's somebody who doesn't run when it gets hard. It's somebody who stays. They stay when it gets hard. So that feels good. Okay, I have a beautiful crown. I have a couple of crowns, king and queen crown. So I'm going to treat you like royalty. I know that you're going to treat me like royalty. So we're good to each other. And that feels nice. I feel like we're just good. I have a child. It looks like a little girl. Maybe we're going to have a little girl. Maybe we have a granddaughter. Maybe that's something that's coming into our life in the future. I have a cup with lots of pencils, scissors. They're saying crafts. Okay, so it feels more like I've got supplies, paintbrushes, maybe I'm an artist. Maybe I make things. But it came into me as like supplies, like keeping things in jars or keeping things in cups, so that, like, that's all I can think of is brushes, coming out of cups, and they're organized for you or organized for them. Don't touch my stuff because I know where everything is. Something like that. I have a trumpet. Okay. A little bit of a announcement energy came in, like I'm announcing, I got that king and queen crown right there. Like maybe it's a wedding announcement. That sounds very formal to me. An engagement announcement, or set the date. That you have decided on a wedding date, and you send out that announcement that says set the date for this time next year is our wedding date. Mark your calendar, something like that. So there could be a commitment in the future with this. I have a beautiful kind of fun drink, like a pina colada with all kinds of fun stuff. Maybe it has a little umbrella coming out of it. I'm going to say I love kind of fruity drinks is how I want to say it. I would rather have a drink that's, I'm going to say frozen, like a frozen daiquiri, pina coladas. What else is there? Margaritas, maybe. There's all those like fruity frozen drinks. So I feel like somebody likes those types of things, especially in the summertime. I do have a ship's wheel, but that's coming into me as it was almost like God steered me to you, that this didn't just happen. Like we both believe that there's no coincidences. And I feel like we both look at each other and say, yeah, what are the chances of us meeting? Or maybe the circumstances of us meeting is a great story. So there's something going on like that. I do have a guitar. So I have instruments being important, maybe just music. I'm just going to say music in general is important to us. We both like music. A little bit of jazz energy, like brass instruments like saxophone, and maybe soft jazz, something like acoustical guitar. So I'm going to say softer music. And I've got red lips, red lipstick. So, excuse me. I love your lips. I love the color of your lipstick. I love that you wear lipstick. So, something like that. Or you always wear lipstick. You could be one of those. I don't go anywhere without lipstick. All right. So there is my beautiful charms and some little bit of evidence there. Okay. And let's see what they want you to know. Spirit, please share with me final feelings. What is it about this connection that makes it so special? What is it that you need me to leave with? I have love's guidance. Trust the guidance of your heart in matters of love. Your intuition knows the way, leading you to a relationship and experiences that are meant for your highest good. This feeling of somebody judging this connection because you may be so different, or it may be so different than anybody you've ever dated before. And how it's coming into me is more of you don't get to decide who you fall in love with or when. And if this is Spirit's way of saying, this is your perfect person. but it's not what you ever thought it would be, or anybody around you thought it would be, but you just adore this person. You love your time with this person. You think this person is smart, interesting, unique, good to you. That's all that really matters. It's how they treat you. And right now, I feel like this person is treating you very good. So as far as your highest good and your future self, I have a feeling this person's going to be very, very good to you. So if that's important to you, I want to be with somebody who I love to be with, and they're going to be good to me. I wouldn't be listening to anybody else's opinion about your choices of who you want to spend your life with. So let's put this out into the universe. I think you've got a catch. I think you've got somebody who's very unique. They could be, like I said, not what you thought you would end up with, but they're perfect for you. I'm going to put this out to the universe. I want to thank Spirit for these messages. If you are new to my channel, please remember to hit that like and subscribe button. Thank you for your comments and your kind words, always very grateful. If anyone would like to book a private reading with me, check out my website at kathymamolenspsychicmedium.com. Also, I have 2 other YouTube channels, my Pick a Card channel and my Twin Flame channel. I'll put those links in the description and in the comments, and you may find some readings that connect to you over there as well. I hope you enjoyed your reading today, and we'll see you all again real soon.